Welcome, everybody, to day 3 of the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, and we are here with Lea Lawson. And before we get started knowing more about what Leah does and her project, we just want to thank our sponsors. So our event sponsor is Tracy.
No, it's for me. Tracy's going in her own world. I am beyond sorry. KB Riley, Karen Burniston. I'm sorry. Earlier we spoke about Springsteen and my head was gone.
Come back to reality. You have another 2 hours.
Exactly. I'm back to reality now.
I could go yet.
Rewind. Karen Burniston. She basically designs and makes the most amazing pop-up dies that work with each other basically. So if you buy the one major, I'm going to say pop-up die, you can buy many other dies in her shop that work with it, and so you can have, as I said earlier, but uh the same die could be a Christmas house, a gingerbread house, a dog house, a beach hut. You can make it into so many things. So yes, you have to visit her site and see what I mean, and watch the video that we did the other day with her. She showed, so many of her cards made with all of her dies. It's fun. So
Yeah,
did I do better this time?
You did, but you caught up better that time. And our sponsor of the day is Embellish Connections, which is Tracy's company, who's got it together most of the time, but occasionally not. Tracy is a virtual, in-person pop-up type shop in Montreal, in Canada. So if you're Canadian, you're looking for supplies and you're looking for things, Tracy is a great resource to do that. If you're local to Ottawa, she does a ton of events, both her own and other people's events. She does events for charity as well. So it's great what she does. And one of the things Tracy loves to do is find the different, the interesting, the new people, things like that, both for the summit and for other things. And if you're a VIP, there is a discount coupon in the VIP package for Tracy's store. So for people like who are buying and want to buy. There were a couple of Canadians on here who wanted to buy. Not that you can't buy from other countries. Tracy will talk to you about it, but it's Canadian is one of the things she offers. There's not many stores like her around anymore.
If you are from a different country, because many of you are, and that's good. But just, and if you're looking for anything, just email me, and trust me, I will help you out. It's just my website. I don't have time to upgrade at the moment. Get off that topic.
It takes time to do these things. So yeah. So we want to welcome Lea Lawson. Leah was part of our very first summit. And so it's great to have her back and to see her. And we're going to start with a few simple questions, which is where in the world are you?
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Leanne. And hi, Lynette, because they said hi to me. And thank you, Lynette.
So, where in the world are you?
I currently live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but only for a few more months. We are moving back home to Montana in early of next year, and we will break ground on our hopefully forever home late when the ground thaws. So excited to be moving back to where I'm from.
That's awesome. That's a big job to move and do all that stuff. So
yeah.
I'm assuming as a crafter, packing up all your crafting supplies.
Oh yes,
totally,
that's a very important part. That one has to be real accessible.
Well, question I wasn't going to ask because this just came to me. In your house that you're designing, are you designing a craft room?
Well, kind of. We have a room in the house with my craft area designed in mind. It's not anything fancy or special other than the windows. It's really truly just a nice size extra bedroom that has a nice closet so that I have a little bit more storage space and stuff like that. So yes, but not to an extreme.
No, but having windows is a big thing. I mean, it's nice to craft with you have light and windows and natural light. So that's nice. Do they have basements in Montana?
Some people do. We will not.
No, okay. Like here in Canada, I don't think they ever build houses without basements.
It's not required in Montana. Like it's mostly required, I think, here in Minnesota. I think. I didn't ever see a house when we were looking for one that didn't have a basement, but you can have one in Montana if you want, but you don't have to, and we are not going to.
There you go. So there you go. One of those things that's just never considered here, so it's always good to know. Are you a card maker, scrapbooker, multimedia, paper crafter lover? How would you put yourself?
I'm a card maker.
Card maker?
That's it.
Excellent. And what's
That's
your,
it.
how
That's
did you,
great.
yes, no, not that's it. It's great. Yeah. How did you get into card making?
So funny enough, I actually started out as scrapbooker. And then I went to photography school, and photography school took up a whole lot of my time. So I just did not have an extended amount of time for crafting. And that is when card making entered my life, because I could create a smaller project in the little bit of free time I had here and there when I was going to school. And I just never went back to scrapbooking after that. I stuck with card making, and that's just been what I've loved. And that was all the way back in 2009. So I've been card making exclusively for a while now.
That's fantastic. And it's neat to see the evolutions of all of that stuff. We have a lot of questions, but I'm going to start with if you share a little bit about your project first before we get to some of the questions.
Sure. So I created kind of a group of cards, just kind of quick and easy cards featuring different ways to use washi tape. And I feature different types of washi tape as well. I don't know about you guys, but I have just bags of washi tape. So I thought, what a fun way to create some really easy cards, really simple die options, that you could easily substitute out. I just thought, what a great way to try to find some ways to use all of the abundance of washi tape that we all seem to have on hand and don't always know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm. We did that last night Tracy did that last night in our VIP crop. We did washi tape bookmarks. So
Oh,
this
nice.
whole idea of doing
Fun.
bookmarks and using them. Yeah. Tracy's got better ones because I don't do
It's
this.
real small on my screen, but
bigger. There
there we go. Okay.
So
that's really pretty.
Heather.
Yeah, another great way to use washi tape.
Yeah, and there was I've been playing with the other one. She did like a corner bookmark, but just using up what you have in your supplies and stash is great.
Yep.
So, where were we? Get to the comments that were coming in. Hello, everybody. Tracy, Debbie wants to know if you have brain power to spare. Not today, Debbie. Definitely not
She is
today.
asking the wrong person. Sorry, Debbie. I did read it earlier going, she only knew.
Lynette enjoyed your washi die stamp combination. So
Awesome.
things
Always fun.
I'm back, and there was, thanks to Heather and Leah, this one. I see my name, but it's not me. It's another Heather.
It's my best friend.
The wonderful products of Pink Fresh Studios to this crafting community. So what is
that
Pink
is the company that we both work for.
Okay. Is it, what is it, since they mentioned it? Is it a paper foil? What do they do?
Oh, Pink Fresh Studio. We do all card making products. So stamp stencils, dies, press plates, washi tape, inks, glitter cardstock, tools. We have all sorts of things.
It's fun.
Well, since we're on that topic, I'm going to butt in.
Go ahead.
Because again, I got my clients, some of them into the washi tape and the dies matching the shapes and that, which are great. But then I went, oh, the last couple rounds, it's not as much. You guys aren't going to stop that on us, right?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, because I believe one of the last lines you had one roll of washi tape back, and I went, okay, good, but I'm like, people are asking me, I'm like, I swear, I'm trying.
Yeah,
Not
that I know of, not that I'm aware of. I think we're still continuing, but we might be reducing our number of releases per year of washi tape. I don't really know. That's not really my decision. So.
Here's, I love the new way you showed to use washi tape. If you put it on cardstock, can you cut through it with a Cricut?
You might have to remind me, which one is a Cricut?
It's the cutting machine, the Cricut.
The electric.
Is it an electronic one?
Yeah,
yes.
not
Okay.
not like a big shot or anything
it's
like
not
that.
like a die cut machine. Well, I mean, I could imagine you could probably cut through it, but I will be honest, I don't own one of those type of die cut machines. I just have like the standard manual machines. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to cut through it, but you may have to dial in some settings. I'm not completely sure on that question.
It would be.
That would be my gut. Again, I don't.
Anybody here?
I don't use my Cricut either.
Yeah. Anyone in the comments know?
Debbie, did you know? Did you do Cricuts? I think. I was just wondering if the glue on it would be a problem, like the.
Yeah, I am not sure on that one. That's a good question. But I can be honest, I don't know the answer to that one.
PFC has
I
the
have
best
a
washi
feeling
tape
it's going to
ever.
be okay because if you're sticking the washi tape down first, then it's stuck to the paper. And
Yeah.
you're not adding too big of a thick layer or anything
And
like
like
that. It's
when you
stuck,
cut it with a
like it's very
manual
thin.
die, it doesn't stick to the die. So I
It would,
imagine it would be fine. But
if there's a Cricut user on here, let us know. If not, we
yeah,
can always find out. We
absolutely.
can add it to our Tracy. You can add it to our question to
Yeah.
ah
Oh,
whoever's
I know who
talking.
you mean.
We
Yeah,
both don't have
I
brains
know
today,
who you
so
mean.
we have the scrapbooking circle that comes out of this thing, and we have speakers on it. And our speaker this Thursday is going to be talking about all things cutting machines. So it's a good
Oh,
question for
that's a
her
good
because she probably
question.
would know. But we're both blanking out on her name, and she
Yeah.
might be her Julie. Julie, there you go.
Yes, yes.
Julie.
But no, I really do have a feeling it would be okay. I wouldn't be worried to try
Yeah.
it.
So well,
I,
Debbie put out, and that's what I was thinking. Would it rip because you're using a blade? I wonder if it would
Good
rip.
question.
So
Someone's gonna have to try it and tell us.
instead of cutting all the way through. So yeah, we'll have to try it and find out. So it's a good question, but
Yeah.
I can see it moving depending on how well it's stuck. And not all washi tape sticks well, as I discovered with the little
well,
thing.
yeah, that's totally different. That's Mhm.
Not all washi tape sticks well.
Go ahead.
Any other? Just keeping up on the comments. The comments are coming a little slow, which is fine. What's your favorite? So I've been asking this question of a lot of card designers. Do you actually, before, like you're designing for your role, do
Mhm.
you design for yourself? Do you actually do card making that's not like a designing role?
Um, I kind of ebb and flow. Sometimes time isn't, I don't have a ton of time, so not always, but I have definitely tried and am trying to be better at that. I'm doing my best to set aside time that's just for me and creating with what I want to create with and doing what I want to do on my own terms. So, yes and no. I haven't been great about it, but I'm trying to be better about it
And
in
you're about to move and
currently
build a
and in
house.
the future.
I was going to say, you're about to move and build a house, so you might not have time for that right away.
For sure.
Do you make cards for people? Like, do you actually give somebody's birthday or Christmas? Excuse me.
It can be sporadic, but I do, and I don't normally make something specific. Normally, I will send something that I have sitting, in my stash of cards that I have made already.
Mm-hmm.
I am not the greatest about sending cards. That's another thing I'm trying to get better at.
It is very ironic when card makers say they're not good at sending cards.
I know.
The next question that comes is what happens to all the cards you make if you don't send them?
Right now, they sit in boxes.
So how many cards do you have in boxes?
I have no idea. Too many. If I counted, I think I would probably be embarrassed to say the word.
Okay, how many cards do you make in a week? Each
Hmm.
week?
That really truly depends. I would say I probably make between 10 to 15 cards a month.
A month. Okay.
So it adds up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think we have to challenge
yeah,
all our
that's
card
only we're doing quick math. That's what, 160 or something a year for how many years? Like that's how many cards you have. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
So our new challenge has to be for card makers is to package your cards together and
Send
give
your
them to
cards.
well, no, but also instead of sending your cards to people, package your cards and send the cards as a gift that people can send to other people.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Right? So you could,
That's a really good idea.
if you have Christmas cards, you could package them and give somebody a set of cards that
Absolutely.
aren't Christmas for Christmas. Whoa, that was a mouthful. But
Yeah.
or I know
Well,
there are some people. Go ahead, Tracy.
I was gonna say a lot of I know a lot of my clients who will do that. They will make the cards, and like you say, it becomes somebody's Christmas gift or whatnot, so they can have cards to give out during the year.
Mm-hmm. So there's a new idea for all your cards. If you don't know what to give for gifts, Leah, you can go into your stash and make a bunch 12 cards for someone to give.
Exactly. What are you getting for Christmas? Cards. Cards. Everyone gets cards.
Oh, you're moving, so this might not be a bad strategy, right?
Someone has done my Christmas list for me.
Well, the other thing, I know there's some people who will craft cards for people and take them to senior homes so that seniors have cards to send to their family. So
yes, that is a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good one as you're making all your cards. So if you don't want to move all your cards, Leah, we have given you lots of challenges.
Thank you.
Debbie, last time she packed cards for her mother-in-law. and I got one back for my birthday. That is so cool. How did you feel, Debbie, getting one of your own cards back? Because I think that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Suzette, we're going to challenge you again. Suzette's
right,
one of our
Suzette, you and I, we're challenging each other.
Well, Suzette's one of our circle members, and she's been challenged several times in the last 2 days. So Suzette, I challenge you again to package them and give them as a gift. Or is it that I would assume that some of your creations that you make, you don't even want to depart with, just because you really like that particular art for some people. No, Leah's not there. So this is one way to reduce your moving. You have to give away your cards.
Absolutely.
That's your plan, giving cards for Christmas. I think it's a great plan for giving cards for Christmas, especially if you give ones with multiple themes, because I often don't know. And I would rather get a card from somebody who made it with a lot of thought than go and spend the crazy price of cards at stores these days.
I know, right?
You know,
it's pretty wild.
So getting a card that somebody's put thought in, that's kind of a cool gift of having like 5 or, whatever cards to send and do that. Mind you, I probably wouldn't give them away, but that's okay. It's still nice to do. But donating to organizations and doing that and just putting your cards somewhere is great. One year, my 4 sisters, all gave me the same birthday card that I had made for them.
That is funny.
That's good, actually.
Oh, Debbie's wasn't a birthday card. It was a floral note card. So not sure. I was amused, though. It's great. I think it's kind of fun to see stuff go around and around. I know some people will actually give cards where the sentiment inside's removable.
Yeah, or they'll put like the sticky note thing in there so you can write on it, but then remove it, and then you can pay it forward.
Yes, because otherwise
I am not so prideful to think that like if I give a card, it's okay if it goes in the trash. Like it's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts.
It doesn't have to stick around forever. It brought me joy to create it, and that's all that matters.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite technique that you like to use?
I really like hot foiling still. I think that is still super magical, especially when it's combined with ink blending. I think those two things together are probably still my favorite thing to do in card making.
Okay. Your hot foiling, as in the Pink Fresh, they will work with the Better Press as well, right?
Well, now, yes, press plates are a dual purpose product. So you can use them in the Better Press letter press system, or you can hot foil them on your whatever hot foil system that you have. So yeah, I do like Better Press techniques, but I still probably lean towards hot foiling technique.
Okay. Now, Heather, I know we've been chatting, but maybe we should see Leah's card there's cards that she's done.
Do you have your cards with you that you did?
Oh, I have them with me, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I have no idea where they're at.
Okay, sorry. No, just because I'm like, did we skip over that? Am I still in my own world here? Sorry.
About 10 years ago, Cricut made washi sheets. And the ones I have are still amazing. I think there's a washi set.
Oh, setting.
Okay, on the machine.
Setting. Okay.
Look at that and see.
I don't know. There you go.
I do remember those washi sheets. Again, not that I use the Cricut, but I do remember these washi sheets.
That's okay. Yeah. We can show your cards in many different ways.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, yes. Tell us about what you've done on the cards then, I guess.
So a couple of the cards I took the skinnier, just like I hate saying skinny, but like the more standard sized washi tape. And we striped them on cardstock, and we created like really lovely, fun panels with those. One card I used like a wider rainbow striped washi and created like a big panel with it, and then did some die cutting. Most of them, all but one card. So I did 5 cards in total in my presentation. All but one were kind of like a 2-4-1 option, which I love. I love when you can get, there we go. I love when you can get 2 cards out of one thing. And I just kind of featured most of my cards. My cards had a little bit of a rainbow theme to them, obviously, as you can see there. But most of them, I just tried to find fun and really easy ways to use that washi tape, the washi tape that I had on hand. Your cards may, if you decide to create them, your cards may look a little bit different, but try to find a washi tape that you want to use on hand. The card, the more rainbow ones towards the bottom that have like the bigger panels, that is wide washi tape, but you could always use the same technique as the other ones that are like this, the thinner. You could always use the same technique and do those same cards. So there are a ton of ways to adapt these cards and use what you have on hand to create them. So simple shapes, really simple stamping. If I added any stamping to it, it was, just nice black stamping. There's some flowers, there's some sentiments. I picked the same sentiment set for all cards, so that just showcasing all the different ways you can use one product.
How did you do because I don't know, so this might be a simple question for others. How did you do the stitching on the side?
That is a die.
That's a die on the washi tape?
Yep. So I cut the die, or I cut the washi tape out with just a stitched rectangle die to get that nice border on it.
Mm-hmm.
And simple as that. And then cut out the middle with an oval.
And I was going to ask on these ones, are these like the flowers, are they part of the washi tape, or did you?
Yeah, so those are the ones that are more exclusive to Pink Fresh Studio, where we do the long panels of washi tape, like pre-printed, pre-designed washi. And then you have the one big die that cuts all of the elements out. And that's where all of those florals came from. They were cut from one big panel of washi tape.
So that's the washi tape on the side here.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking, did you fussy cut it out, or did you cut it? How did you
goodness, no.
See, Heather, and those were the roles that I was asking about earlier, going, because, again, somebody like me, I'm like, wow, I don't have to stamp anymore. I could just, there you go.
And the same product also offers a coordinating stamp and stencil. So if you wanted to do these designs in your own color choices, so washi tape is a consumable. It's pre-printed. The colors are what they are. And when you consume and finish the washi tape roll, it's gone. Of course, you could probably go buy another one. But there are also a stamp and stencil that match the florals, so that you can stamp them however you want. You can color, or you can ink blend them in with the stencils in whatever color you want. And then those aren't consumable. Those you can use over and over and over again. And all three items, the stamp, the stencils, and the washi, coordinate with the one-piece die for die cutting. So kind of a fun product suite idea.
And I love the way that you kind of put it under and over, or is that two different pieces?
Yeah.
I think for ease of use, I think I just cut them and then put them around the frame.
It looks very creative, though. It's very
Thank you.
I do like that card.
That card's gorgeous.
And
they're all gorgeous.
First sent the video, I'm like, oh, I like that one.
Thank you so much.
I do.
And the mailing one's fun too.
Yeah, I thought that one was really super fun. The washi tape is, it's got like an iridescent metallic feel to it when you kind of move it in the light. So it's really, it's a fun one.
Is the border washi tape too?
No, that's just a die that I used, that I cut from some glitter cardstock.
So is the the mailing is got the washi, or this is one and that's another?
Yeah, so the stripe and the stripe and the envelopes are two different washi tapes that I just created a full panel. Like I just adhered them down onto a full panel of cardstock and then trimmed it in half. Actually, I think I die cut it first with like a stitched die and then cut it in half so I could get a nice twofer on there. I love a 2-for-1 card. Added the little border elements, stamped a sentiment directly to the card, added a couple of embellishments. Those two cards probably came together in less than 20 minutes.
They look so good. So, we had this conversation last night when we were doing washi tape in our, in our crop last night with Tracy. It's like, pull them out and use them, because so many people don't know what to do with their washi tape. And then here's these amazing, beautiful designs with them, even with the simple rainbow one, which is beautiful as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. I know it
And
just,
that one, you
and
put
people
that
have
washi
no
tape is,
idea when,
I'm sorry, what was
go
that?
ahead. No, just saying, like, so let's say you give this card out, nobody will go, that's washi tape. Like, they have no idea. They think, this is
Right?
just a piece of paper. It's like, no, you have no idea what we did to put that together. So, no, it's
So
nice. It's nice.
it's time to pull out your washi tapes and
Exactly.
really
I'm
use
challenging you all. I got challenged to give away my cards. I'm challenging you all to pull out your washi tapes and use them.
absolutely. Washi tape. So there's I don't know what this one is. Tracy might know this because I don't know my washi tapes.
I don't either. So
Also love
I
the
also
layer
love
of
that
washi tape.
from Alan Creed. Oh,
that's true.
okay. Are you talking? Sorry, I have to go get a roll. The ones that, um, okay. Let's say you put the strips together, like, I wish I could go get a roll. Anyways, you peel it off, peel one
Mhm.
piece off, and it's like a puzzle. Once you put one strip, and then you keep pulling that roll, put the next strip down, and it'll make, and some of them might have a Christmas tree or something, or um, cat, like see the cat and dog thing they had, and this old telephone. And so it's like a puzzle in a sense, but with washi tape. Does that make sense?
Interesting. I haven't
But
ever
yes,
heard of
it's,
that.
I have
oh
seen them.
yeah,
You showed them to us. They're beautiful too. They kind of
yeah,
your Leah, the one that you had up here. That's what I was wondering. Whoops, now I've lost it. This one
Oh, the
kind of
one in
reminded me
here.
of the ones that Tracy said. So it would like have
Gotcha.
half the flowers and then the rest of the flowers, and you build it as you tape it down.
Yeah.
yes, that's a good one. You build
There.
it. Thank you.
I guess I didn't build my own. Thank
No, you did a great job with it. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
you.
So, yes.
Technology. There we go.
Anything else?
I love the colors too. Like it's simple and it's bright and it's pretty and it's
Yeah, I went with rainbow. You don't have to. The card designs are simple enough that I really think they can be adapted to anything you have on hand. Rainbow's always fun to me, colorful, cheerful. Um, Susan is asking me, do you ever color black and white washi tapes yourself? I sure haven't, actually. I kind of just buy the stuff that's already done for me.
Do you like coloring? Because I know some people don't. Like it's one of those.
I
What do you like?
do not.
You do
I'm
not.
not a colorer. I like to ink blend, but I'm not much of a colorer.
And that's what's fun about this stuff. If you're not a colorer, you don't need, like you said earlier, you don't have to be a colorer to create something beautiful.
Exactly.
And if you want to color, you can.
Exactly.
It's fun.
Yes.
How many people are going to get their washi tape out?
Right? Let us
And
know in the comments.
yeah.
And you should, because the next Q&A afterwards has washi tape in the layout. I'm just saying, I'm
Oh
warning
my
you.
goodness, it's like the
Okay,
washi
so
tape day.
That's a question
yep,
for Tracy. Do card makers really do card makers use washi tape? Do scrapbookers make washi tape?
again, it's once people discover what they can do with it, then it's like, oh, I can use that, right? Because maybe for me, because when I was, obviously I'm a scrapbooker, so Um, and for me, a card maker is very more precise, which is what makes me nervous about card making. So, if I'm doing a piece of washi tape, I don't care usually if it breaks here or there or rips wherever. Whereas I'd be like, I can't do that on a card. However, the way I did it yesterday with us online and how Leah, I'm guessing too, like that's because I haven't watched your whole video, but I'm assuming before you put it through the die cut machine, for just to make the square, you've got rips. It's not maybe
Yep,
perfect. And then, yeah, you put it through the machine, to die cut it and make it look perfect.
exactly.
So, yeah, you just have to discover the ways, and get the ideas and go, all right, got it now. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Susan says, I also remember during our crop last night that the color of the paper under the washi tape makes a difference. So if you did these cards with a different color paper, it would appear differently.
It would look different because washi tape by definition is translucent. So whatever color you put underneath it
Sure.
will appear, the washi tape will appear differently on it. So vellum is always a pretty option if you wanted to keep that more transparent tone to it. I really like putting it on white because that makes the color pop. You could always try a coordinating color. You could go black if you really wanted to I guess, kind of, I hate to say the word, but kind of mute or tone down a washi tape, that's always an option as well. So
Tracy did a bookmark last night with washi tape and black.
There we go. Yep.
So it tones it down in that. I have a question. Does washi tape have a shelf life? Like, does it lose its stickiness and start not working, or is it more of a brand thing?
I actually think all washi tape, after you open it and it is exposed to air, I think it has the opposite problem.
Okay.
It actually starts to get too sticky. That's why you got to use it.
That's interesting. So,
yeah,
That's a good reason to use it.
exactly.
Right?
And that's not based on any science. That's just based on experience and using and opening different washi tapes. I just feel like after a while, and especially after you've opened it, it kind of starts to get stickier and almost harder to remove from the roll.
So you've inspired someone to stop by at Joanna's.
More
washi tape. Susan has a good question for you, which is, do you rely on the stickiness of the washi tape, or do you glue them down?
So I kind of do two things. I don't use glue. I do rely on the stickiness of the washi tape, but you'll notice on all of my cards, every washi panel that I did got cut with a die. And so when running it through your die cut machine, it adds that extra pressure onto the washi tape, which I think really helps get that adhesive stuck down in place. So I don't use glue, but I do use the pressure of a die cut machine typically to really get it adhered down.
I think that makes sense. And then to me, Susan, I would just also say, let's say, you bought this washi tape, you love it, but you don't know what it's going to be like, then stick it on a piece of paper overnight. Just see how it's going to react. And then you go, okay, you know what, this brand or this, who knows, right? Because they're all different.
And
This
even
one's
if
really
you
going to
didn't
stick
want to die
well, or
cut
this
it,
one, I better stick it down.
and even if you didn't want to die cut it, you could always just run your panel through a machine to give it some pressure on it to really get it to adhere down to your paper. So even if you didn't want to die cut it with a die at all, you could always just run it through alone to really get it to stick down.
Makes sense. And somebody said black kind of sucked the color out of hers last night. So yeah, black would be, black's an effect. I use black paper a lot when I draw because I like the black. I like the muted tones on black, but sometimes it does not work.
Yeah.
You just have to give me one more thing to pull out of my stash. Of course, we do. One more thing to try. But
you just gotta try it.
It's kind of
and
funny.
then we know when Debbie J tries it, the world will hear and the world will do it, right? Come on, Debbie.
So, is Debbie a card maker or a scrapbooker or something?
Card maker. She's one of our speakers tomorrow, and she's
cool.
Debbie will make you laugh. But she's up until now she's done a lot of lighted cards, but this time she did a pug card.
Oh, cool.
I'm always working on a D-stash. But I was just thinking of her card. You could use washi tape just to do the collar on the dog that she did if you wanted to. You could use it for a lot of different things. So.
Listen to Heather.
Yeah, I might not do it, but I learn really fast. So there you go. I wish I was famous. Debbie, you're famous in your own little space. We all are.
Exactly. We all have our rich and famous. Okay,
yeah,
sure. Don't we all?
I was going to say sometimes yes, sometimes no, but yes. Do you ever mix washi? Because you like to do foiling, and I have no idea if I'm asking a question that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. Do you mix foiling and washi tape?
One of my cards actually has foiling and washi tape on it.
Oh, there you go. Let's look at this again. So,
question, eh?
See, I have good questions, and I don't even know it.
There so that card in the upper right corner, those diamond frames are hot foiled frames.
These, okay.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking it was this, but the card that everyone likes.
The cool thing about the washi tape is, at least that specific washi tape, is it has it's foiled on the washi tape. So there's a gold foil accent pre-printed on the washi. Mm-hmm. So that washi tape has its own foiling added to it. And then I have never hot foiled on washi. No, I will say I've never done that. I don't know that it would stick, but you could always try it. You never know.
But combining it together on the card's very pretty.
Yeah, but I just combined the two elements together.
Is the cheer
I'm
on you
curious about the hot
foiled, or
foiling on washi, though. I'm writing it down, going,
I'm gonna try
I'm
and
gonna
see if it
find
works.
out.
I'm just not sure if it will stick, but maybe.
you never know till you try, right? We
You
were
never
saying this
know until
earlier.
you try.
The most
Yeah, because the foiling's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, we
foiling
know
sort,
that.
I've
That's a
tried
big
the
one about
foiling on
melting the
chipboard.
washi.
Yeah, like I've done foiling on chipboard and it works, right? I know it's not quite the same. Washi will be a little more, I don't want to say slippery-ish, but
It is slippery.
than a
Yeah.
chipboard. But again, I'm like, I like to try these things.
So, yeah, Debbie's saying I don't know if
There.
it would stick. Debbie's gonna try it. So there you go. I love
I'm
hot
gonna try
foiling.
it now. Might have to try it too.
Most things get created by trying them, right? We were talking
Yeah.
to Lisa Horton, who does dyes. That's how she has I can't say it. What are they called, Tracy?
Iridescent inks.
Her interference inks, or her interference
All
inks.
right, see, I don't even know. Oh my God, Trace.
So Lisa Horton has
Interference.
interference inks where you stamp on white, it's going to be like the demonstration she was showing today. If you stamp on white, it's red. If you stamp on black, it's green.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The same ink. But she
Yeah.
found that and created it by accident.
Well, that's
And
cool.
so she saw something. She goes, that's really curious. And then she worked with her
Yeah.
chemist to create
Really
something
cool.
that did what she wanted. So yeah, a lot of stuff comes from trying these things we never knew about. So
Yeah.
I'm foiling on vellum, so it might work. I foiled on vellum. Vellum, is that correct?
Yeah,
Interference.
so she's done the foiling on vellum, which again has a slippery-ish surface, depending,
Yeah.
but I'm just describing it like that. I'm no scientist, okay?
Well, the only thing you can do, as long as you don't gum up your machine or break anything, that's what you want to not do with all this stuff. But then it's worth trying. So
Yeah.
it's excellent. What other, so foiling and washi, are there other things you like to do with your cards? Or are they mainly techniques? Or do you play everywhere?
My main, of course, I still stamp. Pretty much, I don't color. I'm not a colorer, but I love it when a company offers layering stencils for all of their things, which is a bigger thing now. Most companies do. So I like to heat emboss, foil, letterpress, add ink blending, die cutting. I think I've kind of liked most of it. I just am not a big colorer. So I dabble in everything, but I'm not big on like marker coloring or colored pencil coloring. I can do a little. I'm like a basic watercolorer, but I definitely tend to lean more towards ink blending. I'm way better at ink blending.
I was going to say, when your cards are this beautiful, even using this stuff, you don't need to do the other stuff.
Thank you.
The cards are great. They're beautiful and they're colorful and they're bright and they're pretty.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I love Lisa. Yeah, Lisa's great. Lisa was on this morning. She's from the UK and she's wonderful to deal with.
I think I've never met her. She sounds lovely.
She has a lot of the stencils that you're talking about, actually. Am I saying that right, Tracy?
Cool.
Lisa, where she has stacking stencils that work your way down to.
Well, yes.
That sounds about
Actually,
the same thing.
When you mention it, though, Leah, is it Pink Fresh was one of the first ones to do the the layering stencils?
I mean, I would never like guarantee we
No,
were.
but I think you were. I say we were. They were.
I don't have no idea if we were the first, but we were definitely like right up there.
Yeah, no, I do. I think so. I
Lisa,
do. But anyway,
Lisa has a lot of really cool inks. So that's
cool. Very cool.
She was showing one today, which is like a opaque white one that can go on black and really stand out in that. So
I think I've tested something with that interference aspect to it. It wasn't an ink, it was something else, but it's a really cool. I'm not completely sure like how it works or why it does that, but it is actually a pretty cool thing.
Her colors are very addictive. They have like a metallic when they do it, but she's probably the only one producing them because she's patented her technique. So
that's cool.
So it's great. Well, any other questions? Any other things as we go?
I don't think
you guys are making me think too much, believe it or not.
Making notes again.
I'm writing an idea down, which is so scary, okay? But it's all based on what was just said.
There you go. Ideas are great because that's what grows things and creates things. So, Leah, thank you so much for coming back. Leah was in our first summit and then got busy. And she found room for us in our fourth. So we love having you back. I was really excited when I saw your name come in. I'm like,
thank you. Well, thanks for having me back after having to take a bit of a break. But
That's okay. That's why we're here. We're planned to be here. We have no reasons not to stop. So we'll have our June and November, or 2024. Do you believe that? 25. 2025.
25.
I know.
Oh, no.
These
Yeah,
numbers
we'll
are
have
scary.
to play those ones by ear just with building a home.
Oh, yeah,
You never know.
absolutely. Yes. Enjoy. Good luck with building your home. Thank you, everybody, for joining us live. We are back in 20 minutes with Tracy.
Guys.
So Tracy's going to be our prime one in 20 minutes, and we are back. And thanks so much, Leah, for coming.